Hello there, you're watching Bizworld. Higher borrowing costs and the sharp depreciation of the ringgit may be disquieting for Malaysians. However, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim defended Bank Negara's recent raising of its key interest rate as a gradual move in adjusting monetary policy to soften the impact of the weak local currency on the economy.
Kenaikan OPR ataupun kadar faedah yang terlalu pantas ada kesan negatif kepada peniaga-peniaga. Jadi sebab itu kita kena ada perimbangan apa yang harus kita lakukan. Jadi setakat ini pandangan kita dan Bank Negara adalah cara lebih teliti berhemah untuk naikkan kadar faedah.
He added that although the Singapore dollar and Indonesia rupiah had performed relatively better, these countries also adopted more drastic measures to defend their currencies. Apart from raising interest rates, Indonesia also lowered its fiscal deficit more aggressively by reducing subsidies. Banks have enough levers in place to continue earnings and dividend growth, despite top-line pressure for margins and slower loan growth. According to RHB research, system loan growth remained consistent, reaching 4.5% year-on-year. The research house also said that the biggest drivers for system loan growth were residential property and transport vehicles, while deposits rose 6.4% year-on-year, outpacing loans growth. The firm also highlighted that the banking system remains liquid and well capitalized, with a loan-to-deposit ratio of 85.3% and Common Equity Tier 1 ratio of 14.8%. Local institutional investors turned net buyers on Bursa Malaysia last week, amounting to 372.9 million ringgit. Year to date, they have been net buyers of domestic equities for 16 out of 22 weeks, with a total net inflow of 2.79 billion ringgit. According to MIDF research, fears of a credit default in the US were alleviated following an agreement between the House of Representatives and the Senate to lift the debt ceiling for 2 years. Major benchmarks continued to advance, especially on Thursday and Friday, after a strong jobs report from the US. Meanwhile, foreign investors continued to be net sellers on Bursa Malaysia for the 7th consecutive week last week, with net foreign outflows widening to 506.5 million ringgit from 58.7 million ringgit in the previous week. They had been net sellers for 16 out of 22 weeks this year, with a total net foreign outflow of 2.96 billion ringgit. CGS-CIMB sees a strong revenue and earnings trajectory for property developers this year. The firm is banking on the industry players' optimism over higher sales, underpinned by a relatively strong domestic economy. The research house said it believes that improving mortgage loan approval to application ratio and labour supply imply a better outlook and clarity to the sector. It added larger players under its coverage continue to set high sales targets, such as Mahsing Group Berhad and SP Setia Berhad, while Sime Darby Property Berhad targets a more moderate sales target after achieving 3.7 billion ringgit last year. Developers under its coverage have high unbilled sales with a total of 20 billion ringgit in the first quarter. That's all the time we have for Bizworld this time around. I'm Nadia Azmi. Thank you for investing your time with us.